Hello everyone, I'm Emily Kerr, and today I'm going to be demonstrating to you on just some simple tips of basketball, how to shoot and how to pass. Now, has everyone heard of the sport basketball? Well, I'm sure you have since it's been around since the 1940s. So today I'm going to be, like I said, telling you the simple rules, and some of the important simple rules that I think that are important are first to know the name of the game. The name of the game is there's two goals. There's two teams. There's 5 players on each team, and those 5 players are trying to get the most points. Now, to receive points, you have to put the basketball into the goal, into your goal. And you can have more than 5 players on a team, but only 5 can be on the court playing at one time. Now, the court is shaped like a rectangle. There's 4 sides. There's 2 that's longer, and there's 2 that's shorter, just like a rectangle. And you have to stay inside those boundary lines. If you proceed to go out of the boundary lines, then the whistle will be blown by the refs, and the ball will be given to the other team. And then they'll have a chance to score. Now, there's what they call offense and defense. Offense in basketball is when your team has the ball. Defense would simply be when you're defending the goal, trying to stop the other team from scoring. Now remember, the goal is to score. And basketball is most definitely a teamwork type of sport. You can't just have one person. And the reason being is if there's 5 players on a team and there's only one person on the other team, it's kind of obvious which team is going to win. So it does take, in fact, all 5. And you shoot the basketball. If you're left-hand dominant, which is just if you say you're right-left-handed, you typically left-handed. So your left hand will go on the bottom of the ball just like this, and then your right hand will go on the side. If you're right-hand dominant, your right hand will go right here, and your left hand will go on the side of the ball over here, like this. Then when you proceed to shoot the ball, you bend your knees, have the ball right here, like sitting with your elbow like this. And then you go up, and the ball should flick. Like that. And the same thing left-handed. You put your left hand here, bend, and then it should flick. Now, in order to get the ball into the goal, you're going to have to shoot. Some people can shoot better than others, and some believe that they don't have to shoot like this, but this is the proper way to shoot a basketball, and it gives you more of a percentage chance to make it into the goal. Now, some people, when they try to shoot like that, they're like, "Oh, that's awful. I can't ever make anything." But in fact, practice does make perfect. So the more you shoot a certain way, the more muscle memory that your body will get, and then the ball will just constantly be going into the hoop over and over and over again. Now, the points, there's a 3-point line. And on the basketball, there's 2 3-point lines, one on each side. And if you shoot the ball behind that 3-point line and it goes in, your team will receive 3 points. But if you shoot the ball above, like closer to the goal than the 3-point line, your team will only receive 2 points. Now, foul shots. Foul shots are worth 1 point. But you can receive a foul shot if, say, you're shooting the ball and someone comes up and smacks your arm or something. The ref will blow the whistle and will say, "Hey, that's a foul," and then you will receive foul shots. You typically get 2 foul shots, and it doesn't matter if you make or miss them. If you make them, you receive 1 point for each, and if you miss them, you miss them. That's it. There's no deduction. Another key point to basketball is passing. Can I get a volunteer? Okay, so when you pass the ball, your hand should be like this on the ball on the side with your thumbs in. And when you pass, you should stop passing with your fingers like this to get a good hard pass. Now there's different ways of passing. This right here is called a chest pass. And this is called an overhead pass. If I was trying to, for instance, throw the ball across the court because one of my players are open, the better option of a pass would be over the head because you can throw it a whole lot farther when you throw it over the head. But the most reliable pass, I would say, would to be a chest pass, because you have more control over if I were to go this way, just turn my body. You have a lot more control where the ball is going to go with a chest pass. Okay, thank you. Now, each team has a certain amount of timeouts. When you have a timeout, anytime that your team has the ball, your coach or even the player can just call a timeout. Just say, timeout, timeout, I need a timeout. Then the ref will blow the whistle and say, timeout has been called, and then they will ask your coach if you want a 30-second or a full timeout. Now, you can call a timeout for any reason, whether your players are tired and just need a breather, or your coach sees something that y'all need to fix, or maybe tell you to do something. But you just have all kinds of timeouts, and a 30-second timeout is obviously a 30-second timeout, and then a full timeout is a 1-minute timeout. Now, the time-wise, so you have 4 quarters in a game. Now, the time depends on what kind of level of basketball. There's professional, college, high school, elementary. In high school, you have 8 minutes for each quarter. And then when the 4th quarter buzzer rings, whichever team has the most points, that's how you determine who wins the game, is at the end of the 4th quarter. Now, as to sum things up, basketball is a very fun sport, and you don't have to be good at it to play, because it's still fun. It is a lot of running, but like I said, you have timeouts and such to take breathers. But to sum things up, basketball is a very fun sport, and I really recommend each one of you trying it. And I hope that my tips and pointers have helped you today. Thank you.